Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa.
Hello, gorgeous folks. Thank you again for tuning in for another exciting episode with Fafa. Okay, so today we're making evaporated milk with one ingredient. Exactly. So easy to make. It's not even funny. Yeah, and you can use it to make your tea, and of course, you can drizzle it over your cocoa. And in this instance, my own creation. Anyway, I'd leave the list of ingredients in the transcript of this recipe on my blog, fafagilbert.com, so do check it out. So now let's start. Now, to my saucepan, I'm using my whole organic milk. Yes, you need a full fat milk for this recipe. And that's the only thing you need, yes. And all we're going to do is reduce the quantity of this, and we're going to allow this to simmer for at least about an hour and a half on that medium to low heat. And at intervals, we are going to be stirring this. Now, if this is your first time, you're welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you do like what you see so far, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and also activate your notifications to all. What that means is each time I upload a video, my dearest, you are notified of it pronto and you do not miss a thing. And I do not want to miss you either. Yes, notification gang, I appreciate each and every one of you with your positivity, blessings, and oodles of love your way. And to my loyal subscribers, I love you for you, as I always say. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my creation. When I made this the first time, because every recipe I do try it at least on 3 occasions. A, to test that it works. Second, to make sure that it's easy for everybody else to emulate. And then third, just to combine every mistakes that I've done, correct it. And if the third one works, that's when I present it to you. So here, when I made it the first time, I noticed, yes, it had the taste, all right, absolutely. But it had a lighter look. It just did not look the same as the original in terms of what I poured out of the carnation milk in that sense. So then I was like, I have to go back to the drawing board. Now, what it is when you boil the milk, there are natural sugars in it, and that sweetens the milk. And yes, it thickens up just beautifully. So for the second attempt, what I then did was whenever you're boiling it, you're going to have the skim of the milk coming through to the surface. And I did take the skim off before, but on this second occasion, I left it there. Now, what that did was it also provided that thickness to the milk. So after I had boiled it for an hour and a half, I then blended it and used my strainer to strain it into a bowl. I left it then for about 2 hours for it to completely cool down. Yes. And that is when I noticed that I've hacked it. Exactly. So what I do love is sharing these kind of ups and downs, so to make the recipe as realistic as it can be. So here at this point, I finished straining it. I like the consistency. But then after 2 hours, look at that. It became darker in its own color, thicker as well. So yes, I prefer number 2. Absolutely. So here I've got my containers and I'm transferring this into it. And of course, the containers have been sterilized, which means I've just poured hot water over the containers as well as the cover. And then, of course, allowed it to dry naturally. And here I am just pouring my infusion or creation, may I say, into it. So this is going to go into the fridge and this should last me for a week. And if you need it for your baking, yes, you can. But of course, this is not any other food. Look at that. This is Ndudu by Fafa. Now, if you do like what you see, please smash the like button, share with your family and friends, and invite them over. Exactly. So here on the right, as you can tell, that is the original carnation milk. And on the left, that was the one that I've just made. So now let's do the tea test. Now, it's interesting to know that even a cup of tea, everybody has their own style of making it. I have a friend who adds the milk first to the tea bag before adding the hot water. I'm just going back to the traditional way that we used to make our tea back home. Put the tea leaf in there, add your hot water, and now this is the first milk, which is the one I've made, and this now is the carnation. Yes. So what I'm going to be testing for, it's the creaminess, the texture of it, that it's smooth as well. So that's the carnation milk. Now this is the homemade one. Is there a difference? You tell me. It tastes the same, absolutely incredible. And yeah, what kind of tea person are you? Are you a soche kind of tea where you add so much milk? Because I did. Or do you just add a splash of milk? Or maybe you're the type that you just like to have your black tea, which is incredible, by the way. So here, if you watch my previous video, I had made the salted beef chiboom. Yes. And, I served it with some tea bread, as one does. So going back to memory lane, you get your cup of tea, you get your tea bread, and if you're lucky, you might get the chibum. If not, it will be a butter affair. Yeah, and enjoy. Now, I've also done some few recipes. I've covered the traditional fish stock, which is incredible, and also condensed milk, which you need to try. For that snack, try that sweetened plantain, spice sweetened plantain called kelewele. It's incredible. You need to try it. Now, I need to announce that I have got some few merchandise available. So whenever you watch my video, you will see it at the bottom part of it. Or if you click on shop, it will take you directly to the shop and you can support this channel by buying the merchandise. Yes, and it is incredible because I'm using the words of food in expressing views. Now, if you do watch most of my videos, you will notice that I always sign off that be nice, be beautiful, because I like to promote people to be themselves, because that's the beauty of life, to find your own little space, to be you, to set your own table and, invite your guest over. So yeah, playing on the words, I am me, which means you should respect me for me. Yes, I've used the food item or ingredient yam. So I am me. Absolutely. Now, as I mentioned, I'll leave the list of ingredients and the transcript of this recipe on my blog, fafagilbert.com. You'd also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat as Ndudu by Fafa. So pass by and say hi. Noel, thank you very much for my theme song. And until my next recipe, be you, be nice, be beautiful. And I am me, and I hope you are you. Me love you for you. Toodles.